Good afternoon, you guys. Good afternoon. Saturday chat. What's going on with y'all? What's going on with you? See if anybody's out there on this Saturday morning. It is not the morning, Saturday afternoon. What's up, JJ from the BK? What's good with you, boo? Mackenzie, hey. David, hey. How y'all doing? What y'all doing this afternoon? How's y'all Saturday going? Oh, I meant to change my shirt. Oh, y'all can't see it. I'm about to say I spilled some on my shirt. I meant to change my shirt, but y'all can't see it, so it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. What's good with you guys? What y'all doing tonight? It's afternoon, Saturday, chilling. I am in the house. I know who that is. Hey, Purple King, how you doing, boo? Hey, Yanya, how you doing? Yanya, how you doing? I did not make any plans because I had a dental appointment this morning and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel. So I didn't really make any plans to do anything this evening because I didn't know how I was going to feel. I feel okay though. I know that's right, David. Relaxing, not thinking about work. And on the opposite, JJ has to work tonight. Hey, BB Nice. Shakira, how you doing, y'all? How y'all doing? Hey, girl. Hey, what's up, El Teddy? It's been so long since I talked to you. How you doing? Well, Jonathan, I'm glad you were thinking about me going live, and here I is. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm waiting to see if I get an email. So I'm gonna keep checking every few minutes to see if I'm waiting on the email to come in. So, I know, El Teddy, I know. Oh, I didn't tell. Hold on. Let me text Abby. I don't know if she's busy, but I forgot to drop something in there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, the lip gloss is on. It's popping. Lip gloss is popping. Oh, what did I just do? Y'all, this phone's too sensitive sometimes. You pick up the phone. As soon as you pick up the phone, it starts doing something. So we'll just drop into these hashtags because the last hashtag is going to probably be the longer conversation. I'm not sure. We'll see where it goes. My first hashtag, it says WNBA Washington Mystics. So earlier this week, the DC Mystics, the Washington Mystics, won their first WNBA championship. And they actually been killing the game. Last year, they lost in the finals. And they've been actually doing really decent the last couple of years. And attendance is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But here's what I wanted to bring up. We know that the WNBA is not as popular as the NBA. And it never will be. I mean, it just is what it is. It probably never will be. But here's my issue. Oh, I ain't the one to break it down, JJ. I don't have enough information. Yana. I'm sorry, Yania. Yana. I'm sorry, baby. You know, charge it to my head, not my heart. You know me and names, baby. Me and names. Whatever, El Teddy, whatever. Here's my issue. I look at PTI every day. PTI's Partner Interruption on ESPN. Hey, Abby Boo. And they highlight all of, the top news stories of the day. I was so upset / disappointed / pissed off that the day after the WNBA championship, it wasn't mentioned. Now, I get it that the WNBA is not a popular sport. And I don't expect them to speak on a regular basis. I don't expect them to speak on things that are going on in the WNBA. Like, I get that. But to not even have a conversation about the fact that about the championship, I don't know. That bothered me a little bit. And I get it. Yeah, I know, El Teddy. I know. Yes, I love PTI. I've been looking at PTI for years. And it's even in my DVR, so years. So even if I don't miss an episode. And it just kind of bothered me. And I think I'm gonna send I sent a tweet to Michael Wilbon. But I think I'm gonna send an email. Sorry, y'all. I told y'all I'm waiting for it. I thought there was an email coming in. So it just bothers me, and I get it. Like, I know I get it that boy sports are more popular. Like, I get it. I accept it. It is what it is. But I mean, for the championship, we can't even get a 3-minute segment about the championship, the season as a whole. It was a great series. I don't know if any of you guys watched any of it, but it was a great series. I mean, 2 of the games came down to like the buzzer. You know what I mean? It bothered me a little bit. And me and El Teddy already saw he don't see it for the WNBA. But I've followed the WNBA since the beginning. I remember when the games used to come on Lifetime. I've always gone to the games. My aunt has season tickets to the Mystics, so I've gone to a few games. I don't know. It just bothers me. But anyway, that was my 2 cents. And just as El Teddy predicted, ain't nobody got nothing to say. So we'll move on to the next hashtag. Anyway. Purple, King, you got a channel? Oh, shut up, El Teddy. Purple King, you got a channel? I didn't know that. Hold on, Purple King. Purple King, why you ain't never said nothing? Hey, Rochelle Perkins, I did not know you had a channel. You know I'm a subscribe, boo. You know I'm a subscribe. What in the world? Sorry, I was looking at something. Oh, so what we subscribing to? I'm sorry. My bad. Was I in somebody else's conversation that I ain't need to be in? Oh, okay. Oh. Well, thank you, Yana. Thank you. Well, we appreciate that. We uplifting to each other, honey. Uplifting to each other. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad that I could be here to help you out. Oh, Lord. You know what, El Teddy? Do you always gotta flirt? I don't even know why I asked that question. I know the answer. The answer is yes. You do. You always have to flirt. Yes, you do. I know the answer. The answer is yes. You do. You know what? Anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It just wasn't a lot going on for me to talk about because I'm not gonna talk about this YouTube mess. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But here in DC, and I'm sure every city has its own version of this, but here in DC, this week we saw a lot. It was on the news a lot. We had a 15-year-old girl stabbed a 14-year-old boy at the subway. And then there's been a lot of like swarming type fights at the subway this week. It just seems like there's a lot of, and don't get me wrong, kids being violent is not new. Like, I'm not fooled into thinking that that's a new phenomenon. But Abby, you ain't missing nothing other than El Teddy doing what El Teddy does, which is flirt. But why are our kids so angry? What is the violence about, you guys? Hey, Coco Dupree, what is that? Like, seriously, y'all, what is that about? Like, why? And as somebody who works with kids every day, I see it. So I get it. But it seems like our kids are just angry. It's like they don't have any other skills on how to resolve issues other than fighting hoes. Oh, excuse me. Other than fighting. And I don't, y'all, I mean, y'all see that going on a lot in y'all's area? Like, is that, you know what I mean? I hate you, and you know who the you is, and you know why I said that. Anyway, yeah, I mean, exactly, Jonathan. It's like they have no coping skills, and it's like, but where do you learn those? Is that stuff that is not being taught at home? Is it in their DNA? Like, what is the problem? What is the problem? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It makes me sad because I just feel like we're raising a generation of just angry people who, I mean, it scares me with all these damn guns we got floating around. It scares me when people have no other way of resolving conflict other than violence. And especially at such a young age, a 14-year-old stabs a 15-year-old. What could a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old possibly be that upset about that you try to kill him? I mean, really, damn. You know what I'm saying? Home and what they watch, lack of parenting. Yeah, I would say lack of parenting more. Because you know what, and the reason why I'm not gonna go along with the what they watch part is because that goes back to parenting to make it clear that what you are looking at is not real. That is not how the real world works. Now, I do agree that there's more gore on. More gore is on TV than used to be on TV at earlier times. Because, you know, before, certain things didn't come on TV till after a certain time. But I remember, you know, even the language is more raw. The scenes, like the stuff is more gross. Like when you look at, not even gross, but graphic, I should say is a better word. Stuff like NCIS and CSI. Remember when they would have the bodies and they would the corner and they would have the bodies opened up. Criminal Minds, like even TV shows like that where the stuff is just so graphic. And y'all notice how, yeah, Purple King, I know exactly. Y'all ever notice how on these shows now everybody shoots to kill? NCIS, I'm sure these are shows I watch, obviously. Every time they got a suspect and they chasing somebody, they don't never shoot nobody in the leg. They don't never miss. And it's always a murderer. It's always a murder. And you be sitting there like, well, damn, how you gonna find out who hid the bomb? Because you didn't shot everybody that had something to do with the bomb being hidden. Like, how the hell how you gonna fix it? Because you done killed every damn body. For one, they don't have any concept of the value of life. In my day, we walked away from drama. These kids run to it. For us, it was like, if we don't F with you, we stayed away. Now it's like, you don't, so you're going to be in your face every day. Yeah. Because I'll be honest with you, people I didn't fool with, I just didn't fool with. Like, if me and you didn't fool with each other, we didn't fool with each other. We weren't friends. You stay out my way, I'm going to stay out your way. Like, it is what it is. And we understand and we respect. You know what I'm saying? And even when we did fight, and again, I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I was in the hood and, you know, was fighting for survival and all that. I ain't going there either. But when we did fight, you know, you fought and you fucking moved on. You know what I mean? I don't know, y'all. Desensitize. Yeah, and I agree with that everybody, there's a level of desensitization. Is that a word? Desensitization. There's a sense of desensitization with everybody. Hey, Quintessential. Who texted me? Oh, I forgot she was... Okay. My bad. Hold on, y'all. I was trying to see if we could put together a podcast today, but my girl is in NOLA, honey. I forgot she was going to be in New Orleans this week. Hold on, y'all. El Teddy, I'm about to text you. The hell? These kids, I'm sorry, y'all. These kids can't take rejection. They can't take not being liked. They can't take somebody one up in them. Child, they sure can't. I saw that New Orleans had a building collapse today. The Hard Rock Cafe, they were doing construction on it. I did. Matter of fact, let me make sure. Well, she just texted me, but yeah. They need too much attention. These kids can, yeah, you're right. Did I just coin me a new word? Desensitization. Did I make me a new word? Kind of like Amanda Seales trying to go into a space that she knows was not welcoming to her. Child. Wasn't that a mess though? You knew you weren't invited. Your ass wasn't invited last year and you got in because you was with Jill Scott. Then you came back this year and tried to get in with Jesse Williams. And after they told you, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, you still gonna bring your happy ass in there because you came across one person who clearly did not get the memo and let you into the party. So then when your ass get escorted out, now you got a problem. And then you're gonna reach out to your castmates and say, ain't nobody help you out. Sounds to me like they don't fuck with you like that. That's what it seemed to me. They don't fuck with you like that. Hey, Cookie. Child. Okay, Shakira, they do. But again, I guess I'm just trying to figure out what came first, the chicken or the egg. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, where is this coming from? Like this anger. And I'm with you, Dami. I see it. And I know El Teddy and anybody else in here who's an educator. And I'm not taking away parents, but the reason why I say educators is because we see it in such numbers, in such a what's the word I'm looking for? Not condensed. So magnetized, I guess. I'm not sure, but you see so much of it at one time in a small space. You know, as a parent, you see it with your teenagers or your teenagers and their friends, but you multiply that times two. Like in my school, we got 2,000 kids. So if even only half of those kids are angry, you know what I mean? If even only half of those kids are angry, that's what you're dealing with all day. Fight, 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 fight. And it's just like, do we not have any other way of dealing with ourselves? Amanda thinks because she light-skinned with good hair, she can do what she wants. Oh, Dami. They ain't help because they know she ain't shit. Well, that's what so what's his name? Sarias said. He said that basically you can't throw shit at people and then expect people to be there when you want them to be there for you. That's true, Purple King. Even the parents are angry. And that has a lot to do with it too, because you know, if you're dealing with anger all day long, one, if that's what you grow up seeing how conflict is resolved, then of course that's how you're going to think you resolve conflict. And two, if you know that your parent thinks the same way you think, then they're not going to see anything wrong with you resolving something with violence, which means you're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to get punished. There's not going to be any punishment from you at home. And you could care less about getting suspended, because if you're not going to get punished at home, then that's just a free vacation. You know what I mean? And now they have the rules where, I know at my school, I don't know about y'all, but you know, if a child is suspended, we can't count that work against them. We have to let them make that work up. We have to let them do that work. You know what I mean? So there's no punishment to the child for being suspended. They don't lose anything. It's not even an unexcused absence because we know where they were. We sent them there. So Amanda Seales is about to end her own career. Not this sector of YouTubies. Yep, you're right, Purple King. And yeah, Rochelle, yeah, we calling them. Yeah, we're calling them. I don't know. Because seeing that on the news, it's just so it's heartbreaking. Because I mean, it's heartbreaking on a lot of levels. Because one, I'm like, that's the next generation. Those are the people that's gonna be somebody in this generation gonna be in charge of the nuclear codes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in this generation is gonna be captains of police, police captains and military people. Like somebody in this generation is going to be in charge of these things that we need cooler heads to prevail. And no, it's not everybody in this generation, but it's a lot. And since I've been teaching, it's a lot more. Suspension doesn't phase these kids. They want to stay home. Suspension doesn't phase these kids because there's no punishment at home. Let me tell you something. When I was a kid, now I never got suspended from school, but I had friends who did. When they were on suspension, there was not a vacation. They were cleaning the house. They had to go to work with their parents, or they had to go with their grandmama. They, had chores to do. They had to do their homework. They had extra work to do. It was not a vacation. It was not fun. They were happy to come back to school. So that's part of the problem. The part of the problem is that there's no punishment. There is no consequence for bad behavior. The only person inconvenienced at this point are the parents. In my day, if you didn't turn your work in on time, it was a 0. Now the kids have until the end of the quarter to make up missing assignments. Hell, they got to the end of the year, depending on how loud the parents complain about a grade. Much of the problem with the students today is the parents drops mic and walks off. Well, I'm going to drop mine with you. The system is controlled by white America, yet the psychology of Black kids don't necessarily fit into that conformity. Ebony, let me tell you something. I fear my parents, and they were government workers. They had them good government jobs. But let me tell you what better not happen. I promise you this. Now, I got in trouble for little shit. I did. I had a little. But the word suspension better not had never come out of nobody's mouth calling my house. I promise you that. Yeah, Rochelle, you didn't turn in your work. But again, they make so many allowances for these kids now. First of all, they already don't want to suspend the kid. They already don't want to suspend nobody. Then if they do suspend the kid, it's so many allowances that there's no punishment. Like suspension is supposed to be a punishment, but there's no consequence for being suspended other than go home. El Taddy. I don't disagree with you though. Bad behavior is oftentimes rewarded nowadays. Everybody gets a trophy. Oh, don't even get me started with the everybody take home a trophy bullshit. Oh Lord, don't even get me started with the everybody take home a trophy bullshit. Another problem is some kids' parents refuse to acknowledge their kids' wrongdoing. Child. You know they will. They sure will. They will come up there and defend their child to the end. And then 2 years later, they be the same ones trying to file a restraining order against that same child. Because it ain't a problem till they do it to you. Child, Rochelle, it is. Yes, it is. Hell, I drove to school my junior, senior year, had a car of my own, and was scared of skipping. My mom ain't play. Child, what you talking about? I wish I would have. I asked for permission to skip on senior skip day. What you talking about? I said, Mom, senior skip day is such and such a day. It's a tradition. Can I skip? She said, sure. Which shocked me. I was waiting for like the other shoe to drop. She was like, it's something that y'all do for seniors. It's a tradition. It's not a big deal. Like you're graduating. By the time we had our senior skip day, it was pretty much a done deal. She was like, just don't get in no damn trouble. She was like, what y'all gonna do? I don't know. Exactly, El Teddy, because it came from somebody whose child didn't get a damn trophy. Hey, Monk Chip. Hey, boo. And my boo thing, y'all. Hey, Lynn, doing the do. My mommy came to school when she wanted just to have me some child. My mama showed up whenever she damn well got ready to too. Your hands are tight, so tight in the school system nowadays. It's so much you can't say. Child, don't even get me. Well, you know. She said I ain't even do a senior skip day. Girl pisses me off. I'm a homemaker and I wish I would have to interrupt my good free quiet time. Cause you acting a fool. I know that's right. Y'all went to Busch Gardens. Child, I don't know. Like the big thing in DC was going to the zoo. I don't know what that was about. But everybody went to the damn zoo. I don't know what that was about going to the zoo. I still ain't figured out why that was such a big deal, but everybody went to the zoo. I got in trouble once at school, and it was for getting caught skipping on senior skip day. Child. Now, Ebony, the big thing was going to Kings Dominion the day after prom. Everybody went to Kings Dominion the day after prom. I don't know what that was about, but the day after prom, everybody went to Kings Dominion. And you had your little matching outfits on with your prom date. Or in my case, maybe not your prom date, but another conversation for another day. We went to Hullever Beach, Mommy's new beach. Now that we don't have to strive for anything because everybody gets a participation award. So all I gotta do is show up and I get the same thing as the person who scored 50 points. I don't think so, no ma'am. Or not even so much the person who scored 50 points, but the person who came to every single practice and tried really hard. Like, I'm all about giving an effort award. I'm all about that kid who's never going to be Michael Jordan, but who came to every single practice, listened to what I told him to do, and tried. Now, I'm not talking about high school level. I'm talking about the early years, the young leagues. I'm all about that kid who's trying. A friend of mine, he coaches flag football, and he was telling me last week about one of his players who, when he first showed up, and he teaches, I think, the 8-year-olds, and when he first showed up, he wheezing a whole lot, overweight little boy, wheezing a lot, his asthma, couldn't even hardly run up and down the field. And his parents even told my friend, they said, look, he's not that good, but we're trying to get him into more physical activities, and they were coddling of the little boy, but they were not intrusive on my friend doing his job as a coach. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, and last week at the game, the boy had 2 long runs. He gave him the ball, and that boy ran up the field 2 times in a row. And I want to say he scored. I want to say he told me he scored. And he said he's not using his inhaler as much. His confidence has come up. And he said last week at the end of the game, he was strutting. He was strutting on his way to the truck at the end of the game. And his parents were just laughing because you can see. Now, him, at the end of the year, yeah, he deserves a trophy. I don't give a damn whether he ever scores, whether I don't care what. He deserves a trophy. You know what I'm saying? And as an 8-year-old, you're getting out of it what you're supposed to be getting out of it. But now he got somebody else on the field who, mama, whenever mama feel like it, be like, oh, he can't come to practice today because we got this, that, and the other to do. Oh, well, he won't be in practice today because of X, Y, and Z. Oh, well, they won't be at the game today because of such and such. He deserves a trophy. He's supposed to get a trophy too. Man, please. Child, my mama pops up at school and look, Abby, my mama was one of those parents that was like on the PTA and on this and on that and on this and on that. My mama showed up whenever she damn well felt like showing up. And my mama's name was on everything. Everything that went home had my mama's name on it. For more information, contact, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't nothing for people to be like, your mama here. Damn. Again? Child. Now, high school, she gave me a little bit more of a wide berth. But I was in the same school from kindergarten to 8th grade. So by 8th grade, everybody and their cousin knew my mama. And me, my brother, and my sister all went to the same school. So a lot of us, we had a lot of the same teachers too. They knew us. Now, high school, like I said, she gave me a little bit of a wide berth in high school, honey. You going to Busch Gardens tomorrow? El Teddy, Okay, Purple King. Okay. Perfect attendance was everything back then. That helped when it came to take. Child, I never strive for perfect attendance. I think I tried to have perfect attendance 1 year, and then my godfather died, and I had to make a decision about going to his funeral or getting perfect attendance. And my mother was like, well, I understand, because I know you said you wanted perfect attendance this year. Child. I went to my godfather's funeral. And after that, I really didn't concern myself with perfect attendance. Back in the day, you feared your parents more than anyone. Exactly. Child, I'm still scared of my parents. I need you to really understand that. And I'm really serious. Like, I'm really serious. I'm not trying to get you nothing. If you train them that way early in life, they'll expect it for the... Exactly. That is setting the expectation low. When teachers get those direct phone lines in the classroom, I was scared to act a phone. Child, I be calling parents now on my phone. They see me get on my phone. They be like, who's she calling? Who's she calling now? Who's she calling? And I don't even pretend. I be like, yes, may I speak to the parents of, yes. Ebony is your mama. Child, I don't care. Exactly, be the first one raising hell. Exactly, when her child don't get in the game. Hey, LaGale, how you doing, baby? Child, exactly, Monk Chip. You come home and your mama like, you know you got to finish reading chapter 2, right? Okay, and do that outline. All right, did you start it yet? I'll be like, what the hell? Oh, see, so your mama was a teacher too. Yeah, that's like them PKs. When your mama was a teacher, you ain't get cut no slack. Sorry, El Teddy, I'll give you a call. The bad side of working at my daughter's school was every time she didn't turn in her homework, I was in her class front and center speaking with her and the teacher. See? Child. I never missed school. I even went on teacher work day. Child. That's right, Ebony. Calling your mama. Yes. May I speak with Miss? Yes, how you doing? Well, I just wanted to let you know. Yeah, X, Y, and Z has been going on. No, she's right here. You want to talk to her? Okay, hold on. Ebony, your mama. The kids be like, especially when I taught middle school, oh my gosh. When I taught middle, junior, high school, them kids really would be like, child, reading is homework. I had to have that conversation with my students. The other day, we're doing DBQs, which are document-based questions. And there's a lot of reading with a DBQ because we have to make sure we understand it in the comprehension. So I was giving them the packet to read and annotate. And I had to explain to them, that doesn't mean you don't have anything to do right now. That means that you should be reading. And I expect to see annotation and evidence that you read this shit. Now, I didn't say shit, but you get the point. When we had senior skip day, we had a cookout at a park, and my mom and daddy showed up. Woo, your mama and daddy showed up at senior skip day. Ooh, wee. Not only do the kids call their parents first so they could get their lie straight, a lot of times they don't even have to lie because the parent doesn't think they did anything wrong. For example, if I say, I'm calling you because so-and-so has been late to my class 5 times, whatever, and they're missing the warm-up, which is going to affect their grade. The parents will tell a lie for the child and ain't go to the child. Well, they have to go to the bathroom a lot, and they're probably late because they're going to the bathroom. First of all, how you know that you ain't even talk to your child? Second of all, that's still not a reason to be that late that you missing the warm-up every day. See, again, why are we making excuses? First of all, you're making an excuse that you don't even have to make. Tell your child to get their ass to class on time. I did that this week. I had to call 2 parents. I had 2 little girls who kept being late for my class. That's why I thought of this example. And the first couple of times, both of them made up the lie that they were in the bathroom. The last time, the little girl didn't even try to make up a lie. I guess she figured I don't need to be making up a lie. She just hit me with the... I said, what you mean you don't know? You don't know why you're late to class? How you don't know why you're late to class? I don't know. You don't know why you are late to class. So I called both of their parents. Ask me who the first ones to show up to class were the next time we had class. Ask me who the first 2 in my room were. Okay. You can always tell what kind of household is going on because you can tell if there's a difference in behavior after you have made contact. I had a parent, because this is the time that I start calling parents, right? We've already had our progress reports. First quarter is fastly approaching. The end of first quarter is coming up quick. So this is where I'm calling parents to let them know what's going on. So it won't be no surprise when your child get that D or that F, right? It won't be no shocks. So I had this one child, she doesn't come to school. Like her attendance is atrocious. The parent came up to the building about something else, and the administrator was like, well, we're noticing that there's some attendance issues. Let's call, So I went to talk to the parent, had a whole conversation with the parent. We looked at the girl's attendance. We looked at the girl's grade, maybe about a 10-minute conversation I had, because I had a class. So I had to make it quick. About a 10-minute conversation with this parent. So yesterday, I told y'all Spirit Week, homecoming week. Last night was the pep rally. I'm working the ticket booth, right? I'm in the ticket booth, taking tickets, money, whatever. Ask me who they're going to the pep rally. Oh, you can get to the pep rally on time, but you can't get to school on time or get to school at all. Because, see, I have her first period. So she's either late or just doesn't come at all. But you made it to the pep rally on time. And I just talked to your mama about you failing my class and how you don't never come to school. How you even at the pep rally? See, that's what I'm talking about. Now what message was sent to that little girl? What message was sent to that little girl? Exactly. Mommy never made no excuse. There you go. Yes. Oh, yeah. If you were sick, you better not act like you're going outside to play. Child. You better not get sick on no Thursday, because that was your whole weekend. Whatever it is, you better hold on to it till Monday. If you sick for real, you but what's wrong? Nothing. If you were sick for real, you didn't even want to be sick on a Thursday or on a Friday, because that was an automatic your weekend. Child. Parents are in denial about their children because they are not really present parents. TV in the streets raising these kids. Well, I don't know. I can't stand it either. I'm with you, Rochelle. I can't stand, I don't know. And that shrug shoulder, I can't stand it. And they know, I even have a sign in my classroom that I don't know is not an acceptable answer. It's not. I don't understand your question. Can you rephrase? Can you explain it to me again? But I don't know. Nope, not an acceptable answer. Yana, the parents are not in jail for truancy for the same reason why so much, because it's, again, when I first started teaching, they would take your ass to truancy court. Part of the problem is, I know at a lot of schools, they no longer have attendance counselors. They rolled those jobs into other people's responsibilities. So they have other things that they're focusing on. We have an attendance counselor in our school, and I don't think he do nothing but sit at his desk and listen to rap music all day and give kids passes when they come in late. Like, I don't know. And I'm not saying he doesn't do anything. I shouldn't say that. But I know when I first started teaching, we were putting kids, they were sending kids to truancy court. I've worked at a school, Ebony, that we had lockouts. I've worked at a school where we've had lockouts. They would come on the speaker and they would say, "Teachers, please lock your doors." And I've worked at schools with it, and it can be an effective tool. But again, a lot of it is with the follow through. It can be an effective tool if there's a consequence for getting caught in the hallway consistently. Once, twice, but a third time, no. So I have worked at schools where we have used it as a tool, and it has been effective. Yeah, I've done the same thing, El Teddy. I've done the same thing, made a suggestion as to what I feel like should happen. Yeah, I've done the same thing. Yeah. Now, the thing about truancy, now I will say this, DC takes truancy a lot more serious because we had a case a few years ago where a young girl, I don't know if you guys remember hearing this case or heard about it. A few years ago, it was probably about now it was probably about maybe 6 or 7 years ago. It might be a little bit longer than that now. But when I was working in DC, we had a case where this woman, they found like 3 of her kids in the freezer. And they had been missing for like 3 years. And the mother got away with it because every time somebody asked about the kids, she made up a different lie, had a different story. And I don't remember all the ins and outs now. I don't remember all the specifics of it. But I know at the end of the day, the school was accountable. The social workers, the attendants, a lot of balls were dropped with this child. And I want to say, was it 3 kids or 2 kids? But a lot of balls were dropped with those kids being missing and nobody knowing where those kids were. And they were all of school age. And so I know because of that, DC was very strict on truancy because they got caught up in that. And they were held responsible for a lot of, again, I don't remember all the specifics now, but what I do remember is those kids were of school age. They had been enrolled in school. And when they stopped coming to school, the mother kept making up stories and about being homeschooled and this and that. And nobody followed up. Like she said, they were being homeschooled, but nobody followed up with the homeschooling. Like even with being homeschooled, there's still certain things you have to do to report things to your local school or your local school district, I should say. And it wasn't done. So I know DC takes truancy, or at least it did. It might be slacking up a little bit again now, but I know for a while DC was not playing with truancy because of that case. And that case made national headlines because it was such a grotesque situation with that woman. Parents' favorite saying, "You better buckle down and get those grades up. If I got to come to the school one more time, child." Okay. We had the same poster in my language arts classroom. About here, not an acceptable answer. The attendance counselor, ISS teacher, child. I don't even want to talk about ISS. Anytime kids want to go to ISS, you're not doing it right. And the kids at my school want to go to ISS. So that tell you right there, we're not doing it right. It's not effective in Charlotte when they only make the teacher allow the kid into class or they are given detention with snacks. Okay, with snacks. You remember JJ? Mm-hmm. Okay with snacks. How you gonna be in detention getting snacks? Child, I remember I had detention in high school, one and only, my freshman year. Me and my friends, we got in trouble because we were doing the choreography to Salt-N-Pepa's Get Up video in the middle of home ec class. And we had like a Stepford wife. Like she reminded me of like Nicole Kidman's character in the Stepford Wives. Like she was that perfect put together, perfect makeup, perfect hair, teaching us how to cook at home ec class. And me and my friends were doing the choreography. We were cooking, we were doing our work, we were cooking our meal. But in between cooking our meal, we were doing the choreography for Salt-N-Pepa Get Up, and we were like rapping. She didn't know what to do with us, honey. So she wrote us up, and we ended up getting a Saturday detention. Let me tell you what I was never gonna do again. I was never gonna have Saturday detention again. It was all day long. Well, no, the first time it was for 4 hours. Then the second time, but I didn't have it. I never got it a second time. So I had 4 hour detention. Now I went to Catholic school. Saturday detention. We had to wear our uniform. So that was the first thing that pissed me off. I had to wear my uniform on a Saturday. And then my mother and my father were both like, oh, no, we're not taking you there. Because we had to be there at 8 o'clock. My parents were like, oh, no, nobody's driving you. You better go out there and catch that same bus you catch Monday through Friday and take your happy ass to school on the metro. So I had to catch the bus to school. Then we had 4 hours. Ask me what we did for 4 hours. Had to write the discipline code over and over and over and over and over again for the 4 hours. You ain't never had to worry about me going to Saturday detention ever again. Yeah, the mother was black, JJ. Yes, ISS is the party spot, honey. Back in the day, the students loved going to ISS because it was nothing but a god. Yeah. Reese's Pieces 69. You went to Carroll. You went to Carroll? Are you saying Archbishop Carroll High School in DC? ACHS? Child, if you talking about you went to Archbishop Carroll High School here in DC, baby. Woo! What up, Jada? Hey, boo. I went to Seton. I went to Seton. I went to Elizabeth. Yep, I went to Seton. Yep. So you know what I'm talking about them uniforms and them, honey. Yep, I went to Seton. When I did detention, I would tell the students, you have a 200-word essay on discipline in school. You finish, you leave. For every audible sound I hear, I'm adding 250 words for everybody. Well, there it is. Sentences, I will not talk. And you know that you can't do that anymore, Deidre. That's considered corporal punishment. Okay, HD in the house. All right, I know you. Jada, can I tell them our secret? Can I tell them our secret, Jada? Yep, that was her. I believe Renee Bowen. That's the lady. Yeah. And the kids, like I said, I don't remember, like, again, it was so many years ago. I don't remember all the specifics, but the specifics that I remember, I know that I was working in DC at the time, and the trickle down to us about attendance was a whole nother level after that. The social workers, everybody. Yes, honey, making kids stand in a corner is corporal punishment. Making kids walk up and down the hallway. When I worked okay, so here's my secret. Me and Jaded Nerd's secret is the school that I taught at for 10 years in DC is the same school that Jaded went to in DC. And I missed being Jaded's teacher by 4 years, I think. If I had been there 4 years earlier, I would have probably been teaching Jaded. And because of that, we know a lot of the same people. As far as a lot of the teachers he had became my colleagues. And it's just such a small world. It is such a small world. The year he left, I don't want to tell that much of our business, but the year that he graduated from, the year that he left, the year he graduated from high school was the year that I graduated from college. And I was back in DC teaching 3 years after I graduated from college. My first year, yeah, 3 years. So we missed each other by that much. And we know, as a result, we know a lot of the same people. Jaded, I meant to tell you, I forgot to tell you, they renovated that building and they had an open house last weekend. Not last Saturday, the Saturday before last. They had an open house for you to go in and see the newly renovated building. It's a whole, you wouldn't recognize that building. You would not recognize it. I'm going to send you some of the pictures. I wasn't able to make it. I had a couple of other things to do that day, and my time wouldn't allow me to get on that side of town. But, honey, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at what we saw. But it's a small world. It is such a small world. Yeah, corporal punishment. So I say that to say, when I first started teaching at that school, one of the things that we used to do to the kids, because that school was so strict. That school was so strict. And one of the things that the kids had to walk on the right side of the hallway, they had to walk up and down the steps on the right side. They couldn't talk in the hallway. And one of the things that we were encouraged to do the first week of school was to have the kids practice walking up and down the hallway, right? Practice walking in a straight line up and down the hallway. Can't do that no more. That's corporal punishment. Yep. All the stuff that we used to do or that used to be done to us, a lot of that is considered corporal punishment, and we can't do it anymore as educators or we will get in trouble. Cannot do it. I can make kids write out of the dictionary, or like what El Teddy said, I can make them write an essay, but I cannot make kids just write, I will not talk in class anymore. I will not. We cannot make them do that. Now, I can make them write the dictionary because they said it has to have some sort of educational value. So there's no educational value in me making you write a sentence over and over again. But if I make you write definitions out of the dictionary, there's an educational value. Okay, Dentra, ain't it some bullshit? Oh, the objective books. You remember them too, Jaded? You had to write your objective book every class period, honey. And teachers had to sign those objective books. And you better not lose that objective book. Let me tell y'all a little secret. Shouldn't tell y'all this. But the statute of limitations is probably up at the beginning of the year. So the kids had to have objective books. And the objective books, they were little notebooks like this. They were real cute. They had like the school logo and everything on the front. But they had it broken down for each class. You had to write your objective for each class in your objective book. You had to write your homework for each class in your objective book. And at the end of every class, the teacher, I had to initial to make sure that the kids wrote their objective down every class period. I had to initial it. So, at the beginning of the year, exactly, yep, the principal will be standing at the door. Check them. When I say this school was strict, but academics was through the roof. The principal stood at the exit. The principal and the administrators, there were 3 different exits, right? Jaded, I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly, but let's just say, for example, for the sake of argument, there were 3 different exits. The principal and the administrator stood at those exits and checked those books every single day that those kids walked out the building. And if they did not, you'd be surprised at the stuff kids would do after about the 3rd month of school. Because the beginning of school year, everybody had their objective book. After about the 3rd month of school, when kids started losing, you would see kids passing objective books through the windows. You would see kids. Objective books started coming up missing like iPhones. Like, don't leave your objective book laying around. They would tear out that first page that had your name on it, baby. And they would just keep it moving. I'm telling y'all, it was serious. Because you couldn't get out the building. You would have detention if you did not have your objective book, if you lost it. So that brings me to my little story. So at the beginning of the year, they would give homeroom teachers extra objective books that they cost $3. I'll never forget. And you would sell them. You know, if a kid lost their objective book, they had $3. They had to buy another one. They could go to the main office, or, you know, they would give each teacher a certain number of objective books at the beginning of the year. And, you know, we were supposed to turn that $3 in. Nobody ever asked me for it. You know, a soda here, a bag of chips there. Next thing you know, $3 gone. Child. I agree with you, Monk Chip. It's an educational lesson not to mess up in school, child. I agree. But yeah, it was funny. I'm telling you, yup, Jaded. You remember that's exactly how it was when we were there. But we were like the 2nd ranked middle school in DC. It was us, and it was Alice Dill was always number 1, and we were usually number 2. We were right there back and forth with Alice Dill every year. And Alice Dill was over on the white side of town. That's where the white kids were. You're right. It was misappropriation of funds. Like I said, the statute of limitations got to be up on that $3. I think, because they didn't give us that many books. So they might have gave us 5 books. So at the most, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't never come back and ask for the money. I would keep it in that envelope until one day I needed a bag. I mean, I needed to sold out the, vending machine and I ain't had no change or, you know what I'm saying? Child. I miss working there too, JD. I'll be honest with you. I probably would have never left that damn school because it was a great school. My colleagues were great. Like, we were a family. Like, we really looked out for each other. We really loved each other. Even the people that got on our nerves, we respected each other. Even the people that I didn't like, I respected as educators. You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing I will say is the principal did not play. So if you were not a good educator, and I hate the word good, but if you were not up to par and you did not push those kids and you did not add value to the school, oh, you were gone. So it was a school of teachers who expected high achievement from kids. They didn't talk down to kids. They held kids to a standard. There was a level of rigor in lessons, and we were held to that standard. You know what I mean? And if we had the turnover, the turnover was great. Every year we would be like, so how many new teachers you think we got this year? How many people you think quit? How many people you think they got rid of? Because see, the principal was also when I got there, she was also a regional superintendent. But even before I got there, she had enough pull that if it was a teacher she didn't want, she could get that teacher transferred. So at the end of the year, she got rid of whoever she didn't want. Child. Since we spilling our tea, when I was in college and I worked at Eckers, I still... She was the one that told you that you weren't going to graduate high school. I know exactly why she told you that, Jada, and I don't even have to be there. After meeting you and knowing her, I know exactly why she told you that. And you did exactly what you were supposed to do. You went back and you showed her your diploma. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. I'll tell you offline why she did that. I know exactly why she did that. Hey, Tanya Ransom, how you doing, babe? Okay, well, I ain't gonna tell too much of my tea because I don't want y'all to think I'm no thief. But I worked at baby superstore when I was in college. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna period at the end of that sentence. Not that was see. I worked at a shoe store called Pracy my freshman year. Then I worked at Walmart my sophomore year. Then I worked at Baby Superstore. And I worked at Target for a little while. I was cool. My problem with working at Walmart and Target was I would give them my damn paycheck. And let me tell you how slick Target was. When I worked at Target, this is how slick Target was. Target, we got paid. Did we get paid every week at Target? I can't remember. I worked at Lane Bryant. Now I know Lane Bryant, you got to check every Friday. But I'm thinking maybe Target, neither here nor there. Let me say this. Target would cash your check at the store. So I could pick up my paycheck because I ain't had direct deposit. That's it. Yep, El Teddy. Target would cash your check. So I would spend the whole week, and because I was a college student, I worked evenings, so I would close the store. I would spend the whole week hiding shit that I wanted to buy on payday. Because you got your store discount on top of discounted items. So I forgot what my discount was for working at Target. But yeah, you did get paid. Okay, so you got paid every week. They would cash your check at the store. And the Target I worked at had the grocery store, and you know what I mean? So I could do all my shopping at one store. Hell, they might as well just gave me a gift card because I don't think I walked away with not near money from Target, minus what I needed to pay my rent and pay my rent and utilities. They got all my money. They might as well just gave me a gift card. Matter of fact, they didn't even have to put me on payroll. They could just gave me a gift card every week because they took my damn money. I would spend all week hiding the shit I was going to buy on Friday. And when I came to work on Friday, I would buy my stuff. I would take it out of my little hiding places. I would buy all my stuff. And then I would give them my paycheck and they would give me the difference minus whatever I just spent. They give me the difference. I said, they got a racket going on here. It was 10%. Yeah, I worked at Walmart too. Not the desk service. Yeah. Yep. Sure did work at Target. And it was funny because when I quit Target, I didn't get them no notice, right? So Target has this rule where if you don't leave in good standing, then you can't reapply for like 5 years or something like that, or you can't get rehired for like 5 years or something like that. And in my mind, by the time I left Target, I had graduated from college. In my mind, I was like, okay, all right. I thought you would like it, El Teddy, so you could flirt with everybody that came through there. I thought you would like working at the guest desk. All right, y'all. So my last hashtag, this me and El Teddy. El Teddy actually came up with this. I'll give him credit for this one. He actually came up with this hashtag. I don't know if you. Oh Lord. So we have these HBCUs. It's HBCU homecoming season, okay? Some homecomings have already started. Some homecomings are coming up. Like I will be going to GHO, the greatest homecoming ever, or on earth, I should say, the greatest homecoming on earth. I will be there for A&T's homecoming. Howard's homecoming is this weekend. I believe Dale State was maybe 2 weeks ago. There are some, if you went to a HBCU, put a 1 in the chat. If you went to a HBCU, put a 1 in the chat. If you've ever been to an HBCU homecoming, put a 2 in the chat. If you ever been to a HBCU homecoming, put a 2 in the chat. I would just assume if you put a 1, that you have been to a HBCU homecoming. Probably not a good assumption to make, but I will make that assumption. FAMU was last weekend? Okay. What's up, Miss 2076? Jackson State is today. Okay. I got a 2-2 in the house. I got a 2. Okay. So there are some do's and there are some don'ts of an HBCU homecoming. Okay. Some do's and some don'ts. And for all my ones in the room, drop your school. Let me go on and drop mine. For all the ones in the room, drop your school. If you went to a HBCU, drop your school. Drop your school. So, see, I've never been to a real PIW HBCU. I have been to campuses. I have partied at PIWs, but I've never been to a genuine, okay, Aggie Pride. So you know what I'm talking about, the greatest homecoming on earth, boo. I'll be there next weekend. Well, the weekend after next. Okay. All right, we got Alabama A&M. Okay. All right. So look, there for all my HBCU folk, drop your number one rule of a do or a don't. A do or a don't for your homecoming weekend. So let's start here. At an HBCU, homecoming starts Wednesday. Okay? Homecoming starts Wednesday. If you pledge grad chapter, don't come to homecoming with Greek letters on like you pledged when you were on the yard. Well, because you will get called out. You will get called out. They're going to say, you did not leave here with those letters. You will get called out. That is valid, El Teddy. That is valid. You will get called out. Homecoming starts on Wednesday. Now at HBCUs, unless you just got an asshole for a professor, most of them understand that you're not going to be in class and or nothing's getting done. Don't make nothing do between the Wednesday before homecoming and the Tuesday after homecoming. Don't make nothing do. Matter of fact, don't even have class. Nobody. Nobody's coming. Nobody. You can post your non-HBCU girl because I like you though. All right, so that's number one. Understand that homecoming is a week event, not weekend. It is a week event. Now, for people who are living homecoming, meaning you are at the school during homecoming, the rules are a little bit different than those of us who come back for homecoming, okay? The rules are a little bit different. But let me just talk right now about living on campus, or going, not even just living on campus, but being there in the moment of homecoming. Now, I wasn't on nothing. I wasn't on the band. I didn't do none of that stuff, okay? I wasn't on no courts. I didn't run for no positions. I was an officer every now and again. But I was that officer. I was the officer that was there because y'all elected me, not so much because I ran. And I know that doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. That's another conversation for another day. Okay, Grambling. Yes, Jonathan, nothing's going to get done the Monday after homecoming. Nothing is going to get done the Monday after homecoming. It's just not. Nobody's in class. Nothing is getting done. Okay? That's okay if you went to a non-HBCU, but the rules are different. When you are at an HBCU, the rules are different. It goes without saying. I don't even give a damn if you are you do not step on the plot. You can enjoy the cookout at the plot. You can enjoy the camaraderie at the plot. But no matter how much someone insists that it's cool because it's homecoming, don't you put your raggedy ass on nobody's plot. Don't do it. Because when they sober up, they going to remember. And then you're just going to get an ass whooping. So don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't think that halftime is the time to go to the concession stand. You must watch. Yes. There is no such thing as halftime of a homecoming HBCU game. There's no such thing as halftime. The time to go to the concession stand is 5 minutes before halftime. And even then, you probably, depending on the size of your stadium and the popularity of your school, you still might get in some trouble. But do not think that halftime is the time in which you do the things that you normally would do at halftime. That's not what it's there for at homecoming. That is not what it's there for at homecoming. No. There is no such thing as being sick homecoming weekend. I got sick one homecoming weekend. My friends was like, the hell, that's what they said, the hell. And I was drinking hot toddies the whole weekend, okay? Felt a lot better, but I just want you to know. Another thing for my Divine Nine, do not wear double paraphernalia. That's just a regular rule. That people violate all the time, but you are correct. Tailgating starts at dawn. You are absolutely correct, El Teddy. Tailgating starts at dawn, okay? If you are there at 10, you are late. If you are there at 10, you are late. Tailgating does not end. Until dark. It ain't over. Just because the game is over. Tailgating ain't over. It ain't over till dark. Now, for us ladies, because guys, y'all don't quite have this problem, okay? Guys. Ladies. I'm sorry, ladies. Homecoming weekend. If you have to go to the bathroom, plan 30 minutes in advance. It's going to take you 30 minutes to get to any bathroom. I don't give a damn where you are on campus. I don't give a damn what. 30-minute window. If you think you feel that tingle, start walking, because it's going to take you 30 minutes. It's just going to take you 30 minutes. Okay? If you Greek, you must make up stories from when you pledged to make you look harder. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. I got a Greek one. If it is your anniversary year, as it is for El Teddy, if it is your anniversary year and you know that nobody respected your line when you pledged, you might want to skip your anniversary. That's all I'm saying. If you know that your line was for Gazy when you pledged, you might not want to do a big 10-year anniversary, because all it's going to do is remind everybody about what they said 10 years ago. That's all I'm going to say. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm just telling you, you might want to just celebrate in private. Y'all might want to just go to somebody's hotel room, have some drinks, and pretend like some shit went down. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say to that. I'm going to leave that alone. Long lines for the ladies' restrooms. Take baby wipes with you just in case they're out of toilet. That's a good one. That's a good one, L. Collis. Yes. Hand sanitizers and baby wipes. Abby, if I had known that, I would have made arrangements for you to meet me in Greensboro next weekend. Yes, girl. If you have never been to a HBCU homecoming, especially Abby, you don't have no excuse. All them HBCUs down there. Child. And you got the greatest homecoming on earth right there with you. If you are on the yard, I shouldn't say if. If you go to homecoming and you don't go to the yard, why the fuck did you come? Why did you come? If you go to homecoming and you don't go to the yard, why the hell did you come? Why the hell did you come? Okay? But while you are on the yard, it is your duty to be as... I'm gonna say that one. Exactly, Jonathan. She ain't never been to a G-Ho. Is she right there in Charlotte? Have you lost your mind? For ladies, the ladies at homecoming, ladies, if you are at homecoming and you run into more than 4 men that you slept with while in college, turn around. Just turn around. Go home. Just turn around. Now, I'm not saying if you was a hoe, because if you was a hoe, you're going to run into some... I mean, you was a hoe. You was a hoe. You was running into that hoe shit. You was a hoe. How many people... Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. How many people go back to homecoming, right? And like a dude that you slept with, you run into a dude that you slept with, and you end up like... You end up like reminiscing in his hotel room later on that night. That never happened to y'all? Homecoming? Let me tell you something. Don't you go into y'all trying to be cute. You better put a change of clothes in the car. I did that one year. And the shoes wasn't the problem. I had picked out my outfit right for homecoming. I picked out this outfit. I just knew it was the cutest little outfit, honey. I was going to be fly for homecoming. And that damn weather did a dip on me. And it was like 90-something degrees out there. But I had a fall outfit on. Baby. Hurt my damn. Ooh, you talking about somebody sweating and hot. Child. Yeah, you can walk around the game all day long, but 5 minutes before halftime, you better take a seat. Because again, the show is halftime. And don't forget 5th quarter. Yeah, that's an important one, El Teddy. Because let me tell you something. If you got your current boo with you, that I guarantee you're going to run into every nigga you ever had sex with. Every one. Even the one you thought you forgot about or you hoped forgot about. Every dude you ever had sex with or woman, you're going to run into if you take your current boo thing to homecoming. That is just a given. It is automatic. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. I had a good one, but I decided I wasn't going to say it because I was going to be telling too much of my business. Anybody want to buy some Kappa and Sigma paraphernalia? What kind of paraphernalia you selling, Purple King? You know you got a couple of Kappas in the room. And now in the days of social media, what you don't want to do is be on, you don't want to be flexing on Facebook. And then when you get to homecoming, people gonna call you out. Like, you don't want to be flexing on the gram and flexing on Facebook. People will call you out when they see you. They will see you. You remember lots of sex? Oh, I flirted a lot. I flirted a lot. And there was some memories now. There's some memories. I was a good girl in college, though. I really was. I was a good girl my whole life. But I wasn't that bad in college. That's why I say it 4. But I realized that there are some people who, I mean, they had sex with more than 4 people in a semester. So that wouldn't apply to them. That wouldn't apply to them. No, that wouldn't apply to them. And let me tell y'all something. As a teacher, I have been called out a couple of times at homecoming, like former students. Miss, and I hear my name, and I know it's a former student, because only people that I taught call me by my last name. You know what I mean? Like, people don't call me by my last name like that. And I'd be like, damn. And of course, I always got a red cup in my hand. I'm always talking to some dude. Like, I'm always, and I mean, it's nothing wrong, but I'm like, hey. Jonathan said, thank God for deliverance. Oh, you got some Kappa paddles and Sigma shirts. Okay. Purple King, send me, inbox me some pictures of your paraphernalia. Inbox me some pictures. I got Christmas coming up. I got some gifts to buy. Inbox me some pictures. Child. Let me tell y'all something. Homecoming, we used to make this stuff called PK. Punch. I don't know if y'all know. And all it is was we would soak fruit in Absolute, like moonshine. Not Absolute vodka, but like moonshine. We would soak it in moonshine. And we would let it sit for like 3 days. And then we would mix it with punch. Honey. It ain't no kind of drunk like that PK drunk. Because you could just eat the fruit. PJ, that's it, Jonathan. You know what I'm talking about. PJ, that's it. PJ, yup. It ain't no kind of drunk like PJ drunk. Jonathan, you know what I'm talking about. Ain't no kind of drunk like PJ drunk, baby. Because you could just eat the fruit. You could just eat the fruit. You didn't have to drink the punch. You could just eat the fruit. You must know the 5 a.m. spot for the club. Guthrie's is in town. Well, you know, when I first got to Greensboro, and Jonathan, I'm going to know how old you are if you know what I'm talking about. You said, yeah, you would have been. I sure did. Shoot. It wasn't nothing like that PJ drunk. Child, it wasn't nothing like that PJ drunk. Yeah. Everclear works, Rochelle. Everclear works. Look, in Greensboro, now they got so much stuff in Greensboro, it's different. But when I was first in Greensboro, the only place that you could hit after the club was Sunoco. Now, Jonathan, I don't know if you were down there when I was down there, if you know what I'm talking about, them Sunoco potato wedges and drumsticks. Mofos be lined up for the Sunoco. Now, when I say Sunoco, I am talking about the gas station. Yes, the Sunoco gas station on not Lindsay Drive. Bessemer? Not Bessemer. Shit, I can't remember the name of it. But you, Jonathan, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Did I ever go to Omega by the Lake? Did I ever go to Omega by the Lake? Did I ever go to Omega by the Lake? Child, did I not go to Omega by the Lake? Child. Whew. If that almost falling through the floor could talk. You know what I'm talking about, Jonathan. The floor that would do this. And then them cues would get to hopping. And the floor would be doing this. Child, I saw my life flash before my eyes every week. But we kept going back to Omega by the Lake. That's it. East Market. Jonathan. Yes. East Market. Couldn't think of the name. Yup. I don't remember much except that long drive down there from Jersey. Okay, Tanya. Only certain bruhs know how to make the good noob juice. Yeah, I don't fuck with noob juice. Yes, Omega. Hold on. See, y'all got me pulling stuff out now. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the right photo album. Hold on. Ugh. Let me see if I have the right photo album right here. Ugh. Is this the right photo album? Oh, Lord. Old lady on the floor. Nah, I don't think I had the right photo album right here. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? Ugh. Oh, fat lady on the floor. Okay, hold on. Let me see if this is the photo album I'm looking for. This has a lot of my Bennett pictures in it. Okay, this has some Bennett pictures in it, but it's not the right Bennett pictures. Damn, it's not the right pictures. No, this is not the one I was looking for. Damn. It's not the photo album I was looking for. If it was the photo album I was looking for, it had pictures. And you know how back in the day you used to be able to put captions up? And you could write on it. And I have a couple of pictures, and the caption on it was like, on our way to Omega by the Lake. And I was going to show you the picture, Jonathan. It was pictures of us on our way to Omega by the Lake, honey. Yes, we used to party down at Omega by the Lake. Woo! And I'm sure y'all can figure out what Omega by the Lake was. It was the Omega's house by the lake. And they would have parties there, honey. Those parties were legendary for good reasons and bad. Some good times, some bad times. Yes. You got to ration out your party going at homecoming. Now, for undergrads, it's just one long party. It's one long party. Graduate, we're a little older. We don't have as much energy. You know what I'm saying? And we got to ration out that shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to ration out our parties. Don't go to a club party, even when you ride up the line, 8 down the block, or wrapped around the burger. You meant corner, I'm sure. Yeah, don't waste your time on those parties. Who just texted me? You know you old at homecoming when you go to the alumni parties or the alumni concert. That's how you know you old. When you go to the alumni parties or the alumni concert. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've been to the Greensboro Coliseum for a homecoming concert since 19... Child. You said when they get... Let me tell you something. The last couple of homecomings, all I did was hang out with friends. Like, we would go in the yard, we walk the yard, we would do all of that, you know, and then go back to the hotel room and take a nap because we needed a nap. And then Saturday night we would hang out, you know, with our folks. You know, we would hang out, and then Saturday morning we do a big breakfast and everybody go home. Like, it just ain't that exciting no more. I mean, it is because it's good to see people, but it's not the partying anymore. And I was never a big club person. I was never a big club partier person. Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Uh-oh. Hope my laptop don't fall. Hold on. This might be... Look, I have my laptop sitting on one of my photo albums. I know that's ghetto. This might be the photo album I'm looking for. Hold on, this might be the one I'm looking for. This got a lot of Bennett stuff in it. I got a lot of Bennett paraphernalia in here. Hold on. There go my ex-boyfriend from Bennett. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. I'm trying to find a picture that I can show y'all from Bennett for when I was at Bennett. The hell? What is that? Okay. Let me see. Can y'all see that? That's from Bennett. That's me and some of my girls. Don't ask me what that symbol means. I don't even fucking remember anymore. It was some shit we used to do back then. We weren't in a sorority or anything. I don't remember why we used to do that. Don't know why we used to do that. I wish I had the answer to that at this moment. I just don't. Let me see. I'm trying to find. It's a specific picture I'm trying to find right now, though. Lord, I got pictures in here from high school. Okay. I can't. Now it's in high school pictures. So, okay, y'all. Let me get off this thing because I'm about to drop everything. I thought this would have the Omega by the Lake picture. But not. Okay. It must be another photo album. Hold on, y'all. All right. All right, forget it. It's not the right photo album. Ugh. Okay. You took a tour of my living room. Okie dokie. What was y'all saying while I was trying to figure? I was going to show Jonathan that picture. But y'all saw a picture of me in college. I look the same, huh? You're right, because I'm trying to figure out when I'm coming back home after the game on Sunday morning. We, like I said, we get together for breakfast and then we head out after breakfast. Child. Naps are chunny. Naps are so needed. Because the thing is, usually on Friday night, we were up late. Then we had to get up at butt crack early Saturday so we could get to the yard. Because the other thing about getting to the yard late is you don't have no damn parking. You're going to be, let me tell you something. I already walk from Bennett because they let me park. I can park on Bennett's campus. So I'm already walking from Bennett. Okay. So that's already, and it's not a hike. I ain't gonna say it's a hike because hell, when I went to Bennett, I used to walk it every damn day. So it ain't a hike, but at the same time. He said, I tell young sorors, go have fun. We going to the old head suites. I know that's right. Last homecoming I went to was Johnson C. Smith. Child. No, Jonathan, you ain't the only one. You are not the only one. 90, 91 were my years. Where were you, Tanya? You said you were at, where were you? Child, the horrible look you make when you see your bank account, the money. And when you were in college, that was when you made one of those decisions. Fuck it, I'll deal with it next week. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to have a new outfit. You had to buy your tickets to whatever party you were going to go to. You had to put money in on food and alcohol. Like, you had to take it. There were some essentials. There was some essential money spending homecoming. Now, I just take that shit in stride. Like, right now, I don't even have a hotel room for homecoming. I'm not worried about not having a hotel room for homecoming. You know why? The reason why I'm worried about having a hotel for homecoming is because right now, people made all these reservations and have these rooms blocked off. By Friday, all those rooms are going to be released. I have a hotel room Saturday. And if I don't, I know enough people that live down there that I can still sleep somewhere. I ain't worried about finding somewhere to sleep. Who, me? Quintessential, you asked me if I was a sweetheart? No, I was nobody's sweetheart. I know what you're talking about. No, Nope. Mm-mm. Child. Well, when I was in school, yeah, I mean, you could try swiping that debit card. Disco naps. Yeah, broke wasn't even a word. Honey, broke wasn't even the word. And the thing is, like, I'm first generation college, right? So there was some things that my parents just didn't get. You know what I mean? They were like, why are you spending so much money for homecoming? Like, I don't understand. Like, it was shit I couldn't explain to them. Because they didn't, I'm first generation college. So they didn't, and then I'm explaining to them and they were like, well, it sounds to me like you're gonna have to make some decisions, huh? And I'm like, nah, I want to do it all. Like, I'm doing all of that. And they were like, no, you're not. Child. Oh, okay. There was a club called DYH. That club changed names 5,000 gazillion times. But yes, there was a club right across the street from Bennett. And at one point in time, it was called DYH. I can't even remember. I can't remember half the rest of the names. But I just feel like every time I came back from a break, they had changed the name of the club. And then there was, what was it? Was it Side Effects? What was the name of the club that was down up in the cut? Not Side Effects. Was it Side Effects? Was the club called Side Effects? Down, Market, was it? Not Market. Down up in the cut. Side Effects was down up in the cut. Like, well, not down, away from campus. I don't want to say down up in the cut, but away from campus. That club changed names a couple of times too. You know what that means when they keep changing the names of clubs. You know what that means. Honey. Yeah. It's just a whole, I just feel like as a Black person, even if you didn't go to a HBCU, I feel like you need to experience just a homecoming at HBCU. It's just a whole nother level of love and coming together and camaraderie. Like, it's just a whole nother level. I don't know. Maybe I'm nostalgic, but there's something about it. Oh, CIAA. Yes. The MEAC. Yes. That's another experience too. Going to CIAA and going to the MEAC. Yes. Now, I used to go to the CIAA every year. I haven't been in a few years, but we used to do that. That used to be another thing we would do every year. Me and my friends, we did CIAA every year. I haven't been in a few years though. Like, quite a few years. Yeah, the CIAA doesn't count in place of a homecoming, but the CIAA is very instrumental in going to a homecoming. What's up, Planet Earth? Yes. It does not take the place of a homecoming, but it does definitely give you some insight into a homecoming. I bet you do, El Teddy. I bet you do. They're leaving Charlotte. I thought they just got to Charlotte because it was in Raleigh forever. And then it went to Charlotte. Where is it going now, Jonathan? I thought Charlotte was going to have it on lock for a minute. Where is it going now? All right, y'all. We get ready to shut this thing down. Get ready to go chill out for a minute. Chillax for a little while. Not you party at the Shriners Club for homecoming. Yeah, you old. Mm-hmm. You old. Well, I've done Howard homecoming. I grew up here. I've never done a FAMU homecoming. You gotta talk to El Teddy about that. I've never done a FAMU homecoming. I've done homecomings outside of Greensboro, but I've never done a FAMU one. I've done Morehouse homecoming. Cola, I'm a watch it. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to wait and see how I feel after I watch it. I'm gonna watch it though. I have it in my DVR. I watched the episode last week, which was like I guess introducing the people. I'll watch it. I can't. I'm not gonna commit yet. I'll let you know though. Well, the video will be up, but I'll see. It comes on tonight. It's going to Baltimore in 2021. My God. Why is it going to Baltimore? That must have been a hell of a low bid for it to be coming to Baltimore. God. Ugh. Well, I'll be at CIAA if it's in Baltimore, because, hell, that ain't but 45 minutes down the road. So, I guess I'll be going to CIAA again, because, I ain't got no, 45 minutes down the street. Okay, Baltimore. Okay. But Abby, that's what I was saying, that I'm going to be in Greensboro, but I'm not sure because homecoming be so tight. My timeline is so tight. I don't know if I'm going to get to Charlotte or even see if me and you can meet somewhere in the middle. And the other thing is I'm going to be eating so much. Child. That's the other thing. It is food on top of food on top of food at homecoming. Man. Food on top of food on top of food. Shut up, L. Teddy. They beat out Charlotte and Norfolk. Yeah, the bid must have been hella low because Baltimore just seems so weird. Just such a weird decision. But okay. Yeah, there'll be some good old crab cakes. And I'm sure they're gonna be staying down by the harbor. I'm sure everything's gonna be down on that area, in that area. So they'll be all right. Yeah. But I'll let you know, because again, it's really going to depend on, and I won't know until real time. You know what I'm saying, Abby? I won't know until real time because again, usually by the time we come off the yard, all I want to do is just lay down for a couple of hours. But if I got some energy, then I'll hit you up and we can meet up somewhere. But, excuse me, y'all. Shoot, I need to take a nap now. All right, y'all, we're about to shut it down. Thank y'all for coming through. Those of you that came through, thank y'all for coming through. I might be doing something later on tonight, and if I am, I will put it on my community wall. I will post it on the community wall and let you guys know. I'm not really sure yet, but I'll let you guys know when I get more information. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's true, Planet Earth. You right about that. All right, y'all. Peace.